What if we told you it's actually good that there is obesity? Yes, you heard that right. Despite all the negative attention, there are some surprising benefits to carrying extra weight. First off, let's talk about the so-called perks of obesity. Surprised to hear there are any? For starters, carrying extra weight can act as a natural buffer against stress. When life throws you a curveball, those energy reserves come in handy. Think of it as your body's built-in crisis management system. Stressful day at work. At least you're prepared for a famine. Then there's the social aspect. Believe it or not, in various cultures, being obese is often seen as a sign of wealth and prosperity. It's like walking around with a badge of success, making you the life of every social gathering, festival, and family reunion. Who knew that extra slice of cake could also slice through awkward social barriers? And let's not forget cultural significance. Many traditional dishes around the world are rich, hearty, and designed to celebrate abundance. From deep-fried delights to creamy casseroles, these meals are more than just food. They're a celebration of heritage. So, in a way, obesity is just a testament to enjoying life to the fullest, one bite at a time. Need proof? A study published in the International Journal of Obesity found that during stressful times, people with higher body fat percentages had better survival rates. So, while you're enjoying that extra serving, just remember, you're actually preserving cultural heritage and preparing for life's unexpected challenges. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty science behind obesity. Our bodies are incredibly efficient at storing fat, which is a handy survival mechanism. When you consume more calories than you need, your body stores the excess as fat, thanks to hormones like insulin. It's like having a high-interest savings account, but instead of money, you're storing energy for a rainy day. But why do we crave high-calorie foods? It all comes down to brain chemistry. Foods high in fat and sugar trigger the release of dopamine, the feel-good hormone. That's right, your brain lights up like a Christmas tree, making those French fries irresistible. It's no wonder we keep coming back for more. Our brains are basically hardwired to seek out these tasty treats. From an evolutionary standpoint, having extra body fat was a game changer for our ancestors. During times of scarcity, those with more fat reserves had a better chance of survival. This is why our brains are designed to love and store high-calorie foods. It's an ancient survival instinct. So next time you reach for that donut, just remember, you're honoring your caveman ancestors. And if you think this is just conjecture, think again. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that dopamine levels spike when we eat high-calorie foods, reinforcing our desire to consume them. It's biology's way of saying, go ahead, have another slice. You might need it someday. But, of course, every rose has its thorn, and obesity is no different. While those extra pounds might have some unexpected perks, the downsides are hard to ignore. Let's start with your heart. It's not exactly thrilled about the extra workload. Carrying around all that extra weight is like making your heart run a marathon every day. High blood pressure, heart disease, and an increased risk of stroke are just a few of the delightful rewards for your indulgence. And then there's type 2 diabetes. Your body's insulin, the hormone that helps manage blood sugar, starts throwing in the towel when faced with too much fat. The result? Insulin resistance, which means your blood sugar levels are harder to control than a toddler on a sugar high. It's not just about cutting down on sweets. Your whole metabolic system is thrown out of whack. Let's not forget about the mental toll. The societal stigma and personal struggles with body image can lead to a downward spiral of self-esteem issues and depression. Imagine carrying not just the physical weight, but the emotional burden as well. It's a double whammy that's tough to shake off. Still think obesity's all fun and games? A study published in The Lancet found that obesity can shave off up to 10 years of life expectancy. That's a whole decade. So while those fat reserves might have been a lifesaver for your ancestors, in today's world, they're more likely to cut your life short. Let's dive deeper into the delightful health impacts of obesity. First up, the cardiovascular system. Picture your arteries as garden hoses. Obesity causes plaque to build up, narrowing those hoses and making it tougher for blood to flow. This is your heart's idea of a bad workout, leading to conditions like heart attacks and strokes. Fun times, right? Next, let's talk about your lungs. Carrying extra weight is like having a permanent weight vest strapped on. This added pressure makes it harder to breathe and can lead to conditions like sleep apnea, where your breathing stops and starts while you snooze. Who needs peaceful sleep anyway? Obesity also wreaks havoc on your digestive system. Imagine a constant battle with gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, and fatty liver disease. Extra fat in the liver? It's like trying to run an engine clogged with gunk. Not exactly a smooth ride. Long-term risks? Oh, we've got plenty. Chronic obesity is linked to various cancers, including breast, colon, and endometrial cancer. And if that's not enough, it can also reduce your life expectancy and lower your quality of life, making every day a bit more of a struggle. And just to back this up with some cold hard facts, research from the American Heart Association shows that obesity significantly increases the risk of developing cardiovascular diseases and contributes to approximately 2.8 million deaths annually. So, while that extra slice of pie might feel like a good idea now, your arteries might not be as thrilled. Let's talk about the mental and social roller coaster that comes with obesity. It's not just about carrying extra weight. It's about carrying a ton of emotional baggage too. Many people with obesity face low self-esteem and depression, thanks to the constant societal stigma and personal battles with body image. It's like having a neon sign over your head that screams, "Judge me." Social isolation is another lovely side effect. Avoiding social situations because of embarrassment or shame can lead to loneliness. And what's the perfect remedy for loneliness? Emotional eating, of course. It's a vicious cycle. Feel bad, eat more, gain weight, feel worse, rinse and repeat. Then there's the delightful discrimination. People with obesity often face bias in workplaces, schools, and even healthcare facilities. It's like the world has a special set of hurdles just for them. Less opportunity, more judgment. Sounds like a blast, right? Despite these challenges, support and understanding can make a huge difference. Addressing the psychological and social aspects is crucial for improving overall well-being. A study from the National Center for Biotechnology Information found that social support significantly helps in managing obesity-related stress and improving mental health. So, a little empathy can go a long way. And let's not forget, being addicted to food is a unique kind of challenge. You can't just quit eating cold turkey. You need food to survive. It's like telling an alcoholic they have to drink a little every day, but not too much. Talk about walking a tightrope. To get the full picture of obesity, let's take a trip back in time. Believe it or not, there was a time when extra body fat was seen as a status symbol. In many ancient cultures, being plump was a sign of wealth and prosperity. It meant you had more than enough to eat. You were living the dream. Fast forward to today, and things have changed dramatically. With the rise of fast food and sedentary lifestyles, obesity rates have skyrocketed. Nearly 40% of adults in the United States are obese, and similar trends are cropping up worldwide. It's like a global phenomenon, but not the fun kind. These statistics highlight a growing public health crisis. For instance, according to the World Health Organization, the number of obese individuals has nearly tripled since 1975. That's not just a blip on the radar. That's a seismic shift. Our love for high-calorie foods and dislike for physical activity is really paying off, isn't it? Societal attitudes have also done a 180. What was once a sign of wealth is now often viewed negatively, fueling stigma and discrimination. It's like we've gone from celebrating the feast to shaming the diners. A study published in the International Journal of Obesity highlights that societal bias against obesity has significantly increased over the past few decades. So, while our ancestors might have flaunted their extra pounds with pride, today's society isn't quite as forgiving. But remember, understanding these historical and statistical trends is key to addressing the issue effectively. Despite all the challenges, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Small, consistent changes can make a huge difference in managing obesity. Start with incorporating regular physical activity. No, you don't need to become a marathon runner overnight. Even a daily walk can work wonders for your health. Next, let's talk about food. Yes, the thing we can't live without. Making smarter dietary choices is crucial. Opt for balanced meals with plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Think of it as giving your body the premium fuel it deserves. Support systems are also vital. Whether it's friends, family, or support groups, having people around who understand and encourage you can be incredibly motivating. It's like having your own cheerleading squad, minus the pom-poms. There are countless success stories of individuals who've turned their lives around by managing their weight. These aren't just fairy tales. They're real, inspiring journeys that show it's possible to make positive changes and reclaim your health. Remember, it's never too late to start. Every small step towards a healthier lifestyle counts. Research from the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases shows that even modest weight loss can improve overall health and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. So, why not give it a shot? And keep in mind, being addicted to food is one of the toughest battles. Unlike other addictions, you can't just quit cold turkey. You need food to live. It's about finding balance and making mindful choices each day. As we wrap up, it's important to reflect on the moral and ethical aspects of obesity. Sure, it's easy to point fingers and judge, but the reality is far more complex. Each person's journey with obesity is unique, shaped by genetics, environment, and personal experiences. It's not just about willpower. It's about understanding the bigger picture. Recognizing the consequences of obesity is crucial, but so is showing empathy and support. Instead of stigmatizing, we should be encouraging healthier lifestyles and offering help where it's needed. Think about it. Wouldn't you rather be part of the solution than add to the problem? A little understanding goes a long way. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that people who receive positive support are more likely to succeed in managing their weight. So, instead of rolling your eyes at someone's struggle, maybe lend a helping hand or a kind word. Remember, being addicted to food is a unique challenge. You can't just avoid food altogether. You need it to survive. It's about making mindful choices and finding a balance that works. Reflecting on our own habits and biases can help create a more supportive and less judgmental society. Ultimately, it's about balance, not just in diet and exercise, but in how we treat each other. Making informed decisions, offering support, and fostering a culture of empathy can make a significant difference. Let's strive for a healthier, more understanding world.